guys, I'm Lydia. Welcome back to my channel. I have decided that I'm going to read one of my old Shayne Topp fanfictions, okay? I am not ashamed to tell you guys that I was obsessed with Shayne Topp in 2020. And the reason being is I was severely depressed in 2020 and I was tagged in a SMOSH video and I instantly fell in love with Shayne. And I'm kind of embarrassed of this one, and I guarantee you'll understand why. We're gonna be reading Jesse's Girl, which is a series I wrote on my Tumblr, and you can actually still read it. It's still up on my Tumblr. I still get like people reading it, and I'm always terrified that like SMOSH is gonna do their SMOSH Pit Theater, and they're gonna read my fan fiction like. This is part 1. I kind of based this off of Jesse's Girl by Rick Springfield. I know Shayne wouldn't act like this, but Shayne is in love with you, but you're dating his friend and something happens. Okay. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Those lyrics never bothered Shayne as much as they do now. Everywhere he went, that song played, and it angered him. Why? I'm going to use the name Gabriella, because every time I read like a YN fan fiction, I always say the name Gabriella. Why? Gabriella was everything he wanted, but she was dating one of his friends. He blamed himself for not having the guts to tell her. Did Gabriella have a clue? He liked her? Not one bit. Others may say Gabriella was oblivious to it. Gabriella had met Shayne during an audition when they were 16. Making things a little easier on themselves, they decided to be friends and keep in contact with each other. They went through a lot together. They even told each other almost everything. Recently, Gabriella felt like Shayne was hiding things from her. She brushed it off as they were both adults now and didn't feel the need to tell each other everything. Honestly, I still tell my best friend everything. I mean, I didn't have a best friend at this time, so like, I didn't know what you do with a best friend. Why did you set her up? Shayne looked at himself in the mirror. You like her, you stupid idiot. I'm just imagining Shayne Topp being like, you stupid idiot. I don't know why. Shayne, Gabriella's voice snapped him out of his anger with himself. He opened the door, revealing Gabriella wearing a red dress that he complemented her body very well. His heart was beating out of his chest. He couldn't even speak. She was gorgeous. I was at the part where I said she was gorgeous. Shayne, she laughed as her best friend stared at her. I'm sorry. Wow. Gabriella, you look amazing. He smiled sincerely. Thank you, she blushed at the compliment. Shayne couldn't even think straight. Gabriella was so beautiful. Her long hair pulled back like it had never been pulled back before. I don't know what I meant by that. Her soft eyes sparkling in the dim lighting. In another lifetime, it would be Shayne taking her on a date, not Garrett. What? Garrett Palm? Am I talking about this dude? Is that who Gabriella's on a date with? Whoa! One thing I don't think I realized is that I named the guy she was with was Garrett. Anyway, I should probably get to my date. See you afterwards. Gabriella hugged him. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here, he waved as she pulled away from the hug. He watched her pull out of the parking lot, trying to find every little thing to distract himself. But there was a framed picture of the two of them. Aww. He wanted the best for Gabriella, and he never wanted to hurt her. Shayne couldn't help but having thoughts about Gabriella falling out of love with Garrett or something that wouldn't hurt her. Why him? Shayne sighed again with Gabriella and Garrett. Damien looked at his best friend. I waited too long to tell her. Shayne looked at the picture of Gabriella. Didn't you set them up? He asked. I mean, same though, bro. I do that all the time. Didn't you wait a long time to admit that you loved her? Damien asked, trying to calm Shayne down. That would not calm anyone down. Didn't you wait a long time to tell her that you loved her? No! Well, I'm a stupid idiot. I think I like saying stupid idiot a lot. It felt like that moment in Hamilton when Angelica sets up Eliza with Alexander, and Angelica realizes she was in love with Alexander. In this case, no one was getting married, thankfully. I knew I put a Hamilton reference in there! Ah! The Hamilton reference! How was the date? Shayne asked Gabriella as Gabriella sat on the couch next to him, just like every other date. Wow, okay. Gabriella smiled, but her tone made it seem like she'd rather talk about anything else. How was your evening? Fine, Shayne said, avoiding eye contact. What the frick, dude? Shay, that doesn't sound like you. She called him by the nickname only she could call him. I feel like that's everyone who writes about Shayne Topp, is that like the reader, like they can only call Shayne Shay, like that's like their nickname for him, and like they're the only person that gets to do that. But I know people whose name is Shayne and their nickname is literally Shay, and like everyone calls him that. I'm fine, Gabriella. He just couldn't sit still. You know you can tell me anything, right? Gabriella was growing concerned about her best friend. I can't tell you, he huffed. Can't tell you. What? She stood up. I can't tell you. I mean, I would tell you. I can't tell. His blue eyes finally matching her eyes. Is this about a girl? She wondered. He nodded. Do I know her? She asked. You know her pretty well, he whispered to himself. What? Shayne told Gabriella all about this girl he was in love with, but what she didn't realize that she was the girl he was talking about. As she got in the car to head back to her apartment, Jesse's girl came. As she thought about the first time she heard the song, and then she thought about Shayne. I've been funny, I've been cool, I've been playing it with the lines. Ain't that the way love's supposed to be? The radio played. Gabriella's mind went straight to Shayne again. That was me reading part 1 of my Shayne Topp fanfiction, Jesse's Girl. If you want me to read part 2, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day.